Behind me, a Lara and marine protected area.
And it's the only nesting site for green turtles in European Union.
It's pristine, wild and important habitat for sea turtles, not only in Cyprus, but for the whole Mediterranean Sea. However, there are dangers of losing it, by the threats of overbuilding, mass tourism, light and noise pollution, and much more. And that's why we're here. You can get into the Lara area only if you have four-wheel drive car. Before, this area was practically inaccessible, but even this road is already widened and improved. As a result, the number of visitors going to the beach skyrocketed. And the more touristy it will become, the more likely it will look like this.
If you remove turtles from the sea, for example, completely, then as a keystone species, because they're connected in the food chain with a lot of other animals, then you're going to lose the balance of the marine ecosystem. So by having sea turtles in the sea, it's also an indicator that we have healthy seas, high development, especially with infrastructure, that they have a direct negative effect on the nesting sites here. As the area gets more developed, more people will be visiting the area, and then we'll have more destruction of the area as well. So that's why it's so important to keep it as pristine as possible to ensure that the turtles find a safe haven in this area.
The sun is going down right now, and we will launch our drone when it will be pitch black to see some of the activities, because our monster drone have a thermal camera, so we can see everything what happens even at night.
That's the view from normal camera, and that's thermal vision. There are few reasons to fly a drone at night. First of all, to see if there are any night activity of the turtles or other marine life. And second, if there are any illegal activities, like illegal fishing, because it's a marine reserve, so here are way more fish.
So we already set the settings on where we wanted to fly, where to go, and the speed and everything.
Arrived at start point.
So now it's starting, and it's starting to recording.
That's how it looks at night, and it also records thermal image at the same time.
We just noticed this light there, and that grabs our attention, of course. Turns out that it's a fisherman. Like, generally fishing is not allowed here, but if it's not commercial and it's only with a fishing line, then it's possible during off-season.
I'm in the dark. Okay.
To cover the whole protected area, we need to follow exact transects and to fly a drone in 3 different places. And to get to some of them was quite a challenge.
It's a full-on lake.
So what we do?
So I think I need to go reverse now.
We couldn't pass here, so we have to look for an alternative route.
Like, even these roads are being built and widened. Like, look how deep they made the road, for example, here.
Yeah.
It's for tourism.
We just arrived at the Lara South. It's a nice bay, and we're setting up the drone. It's just before the sunrise, so it should be quite beautiful. But we're looking for turtles. It's much better, you can see something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wow, so clear.
A bit higher up. Because I want to take like a wider field of view. You see it?
Oh no!
Oh,
It was right on the edge.
Yeah.
What time?
Another one, 6:15.
How did you see it?
It was like very, very, very
I
on the
didn't
edge.
see anything.
Oh, did you see it? 2.
Oh, yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Great.
9, 10.
how did you like the turtle?
Huh, the turtle, I saw just a little bit. Half a second. Yeah,
But it was there.
but it was there. It's so good to know, yeah.
While we know a lot about the nesting activity on the beaches, we don't know as much about how the turtles are behaving, what they're doing in the water, especially outside of the nesting and mating season. Create everything into a management plan, which is basically ensure that this beautiful area here remains as pristine and is able to provide a nesting habitat for turtles for many, many, many years to come. And we're already seeing a steep increase in nesting numbers, which means the measures that have been taken before are actually working.
We spent a lot of time just to see a few seconds of a turtle, but it's enough for the data. So that's how researchers work.
Sometimes sea turtles get injured and are brought to this rehabilitation center on the island.
Threats such as speedboats and activities inside the sea affect the marine turtles, especially by injuring them, their carapace or on their head from the propellers. That's something that we see a lot during summer. And we have here in our facilities the rescue center for the marine turtles. But right now we only have one remaining. The rest of them have already been released, treated and released. It has issues with the lungs, actually. One of the lungs is collapsed, so that's why it's floating. If you see it on the side, we cannot release her because she cannot dive 2 feet. We did everything we could. She even had a head injury. She's been around for almost 2 years now. And she was able to dive once or twice, so hopefully she can get better. I mean, it needs time and effort.
This is a turtle information center. It's so cool. Let's see what they do. Here's the hatching season. This is how they measure and tell the age by this.
Look how many turtle cages behind me. It's really popular and very important nesting site for turtles.
But it's also affected by pollution. Plastic ingestion by hatchlings is a very common problem. Even a single piece of plastic can cause death for little turtles. That's why during daytime we cleaned this beach. Because last year in Cyprus there was 340 green turtle nests and over 2,000 of loggerhead nests. Quite impressive. For microplastic research we measure the square and take 1 centimeter of top layer of the sand. Then it will be sent all the way to Greece for analysis.
So we're cleaning the beach and we're supposed to not go too far, like until this vegetation. We're trying to find a plastic for research, and I have some lighter as well. No, it's not working anymore.
A lot of plastic. Look what I've got. A croissant.
Like, how is it still alive?
Here are turtle eggs. There's another one.
It took us around 3 hours. Yeah, a lot of small plastic, which is just even impossible to pick up. I think for a relatively clean beach, we got quite a lot actually.
And most of it came from the sea.
Like it looks like it came all the way from Antalya, Turkey.
We want to minimize the light pollution, especially on the nesting sites. So there are no big buildings around and no hotels and no resorts that can create big light pollution. And we want to keep it that way.
It's pitch black here. You can see the stars and kilometers away there is nothing, not a single light. And that's very important for the turtles because when they hatch at night and if there's a disturbance, if there's a different sorts of light like some cafes or restaurants or hotels, the turtles are turning back. I was sleeping on a beach in another project just to turn the turtles opposite direction just because they were disorientated by the light. And there's less and less such places all around, and in Cyprus as well. It's very touristy, it's very developed, and especially the coastal area, right?
I don't think you find anyone that's gonna see a sea turtle and they're not gonna be at least intrigued by them. So that's helping us a lot in educating people. By having people learn more about sea turtles, at the same time they learn more about the marine habitat and they learn more about why it's important, why conservation is important as a whole. So it's kind of like a species that you can use to educate people about other species as well, because you have to have a holistic view of the whole marine environment to truly understand why sea turtles are important. And they're just, I think, just very cute to watch as well.
We managed to find at least 9 turtles, and I'm sure there will be more when we will check the drone footage, which is amazing because, you know, it shows that this area is very important habitat for the turtles, even in the middle of the winter.
And let's hope that this place stays tourist free so turtles can come back and nest freely.
Yeah, that's you know what I thought. Like next time when we are in Cyprus, I really want to see this area pitch black. There is no, you know, touristic hotels and infrastructures, none of that. It's just pure wilderness reserved for the wildlife.
Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, sign up to our Patreon, and
Be
be brave to act!